2022 was a rough year. Very interesting year for sure. If you have no idea who I am or what's going on, or if you haven't seen me in a while because I haven't posted a video for a while apart from the last one, I strongly suggest going to watch my last video because it will explain a little bit about what's going on and why this video is even in English. So in this video, I want to talk to you guys about 2022. What happened? Why did I disappear again like a million times? I mean, I'm sure if you've been following me for a while, you might actually be used to it, but I'm going to start explaining in detail what actually happened, as I've suggested in the last video, over the next couple of videos. So I will slowly reveal a few little nuggets here and there. In my last video, I said something not dumb. I don't want to say that it's dumb, but I was like, I think I can reach 100,000 subscribers at the end of this year. And I was really confident about that because at the time, the trajectory of my subscribers, it was just going up at such a quick pace, and I was just so confident that I was going to get there. I was like 75,000 at least, like all the predictions were leading to that, and everything was telling me that I was going to reach 100K in a year if I were like really consistent. That did not happen, as you can tell. I wasn't expecting to make so few videos that my channel would just die, because that's how it is with YouTube. If you're not perfectly consistent, depending on who you are, but let's say for someone like me who doesn't have like an enormous channel, things can just die. And things did die. And so I want to give you guys more of an explanation as to a little bit about why I keep disappearing, a little bit about why I have sponsored videos. I mean, I know it's normal to have sponsored videos now, but a lot of people actually don't understand how sponsored videos work. So I actually want to explain that in this video, just so that you guys understand the point of view, not just my point of view, but the point of view of any person who promotes things online, because I do get comments of people complaining sometimes that videos are sponsored, and I just like want you to understand how it actually works and like why I do that. And I want to explain what actually happened this year. Like, why did I struggle so much? Why was it so hard for me to work, for me to like do anything? I want to let you guys into my world a little bit. So my Instagram and YouTube and TikTok grew a lot. Not a lot. Like, it's not a lot as in it's not like I have 1 million followers, but you know, a lot considering my amount of subscribers. All at once at the beginning of last year, and the end of the year before that, it was like really going up, and it was really exciting, and things were amazing, and just, it was incredible. YouTube was going well until it wasn't. It was all going well until it wasn't. And I had to focus all of my energy on YouTube because I always mention about how I struggle to do YouTube, to make YouTube videos, to make content. And lots of people struggle for many different reasons. It could be because they have another job, or it could be because they're depressed or have some like mental health problem or like a physical problem or whatever. Like, there are many reasons why somebody might be struggling to continue creating content. It can also just be burnout, because YouTube is the type of job where you burn out like really easily, and it happens to everyone. So one of the problems is just the nature of YouTube, and the other problem is the famous health problems. It's frustrating sometimes because I'm like, why am I incapable of posting one video per week? Like, why do I have so many friends who are like so successful on YouTube, and they're doing so well, and they're always posting, and they're making courses and writing books and like doing all this crazy stuff, and they're like financially okay, and like they're doing good, and they're doing amazing. And then there's me, and I'm just like, why am I struggling so much? Instagram was growing so much when I was posting reels, and then I had to stop because I needed to focus on YouTube, because YouTube is what actually helps me survive. And anyway, so I want to start talking about sponsored videos and stuff, because that's the reason why I was focusing so much on YouTube. So here's how it works. 2022 was definitely the best year I've had for sponsors. It was great. Like, I had a consistent flow of sponsors, and that was pretty much the only reason I was surviving. Like, I'm not joking. Like, that's the only reason, basically. I more or less had one sponsored video a month, roughly. The problem with that is that because of my health, I was constantly stressed about meeting the deadlines. Because here's how it works. When you make a sponsored video, it's not like you just make the video and you do whatever ad you want and like they see it when the video goes up. You usually have to, depending on the company, sometimes they want it like 2 weeks in advance. So you have to completely finish the video, send it to them. They have 2 weeks to tell you yes or no, and then they get it back to you and you have to make adjustments and then you can post your video. So it is a longer process. And so because of that, I would be so stressed, like, oh my God, I haven't posted a video in so long. I need to post a video. I need to focus on the sponsored video because the thing is, like, I wanted to make lots of videos and not all of them were going to be sponsored. But like, because of my health stuff, it was so hard for me to even do one video. So I was like, okay, if I'm going to do a video, I'm going to do the sponsored one so that I can like have enough money to eat. And so I don't like end up on the street. Dramatic, but anyway. And so I would end up focusing on that one video and it would take me so long to do that one video that I wouldn't even have the energy or the time to do the other video, more so the energy than the time to do the other videos. Because of all my health stuff, it was hard to even do one video a month. Having it be sponsored made it more stressful because obviously you have to follow certain guidelines and you have to, you know, do the whole process that I explained before. And the problem with that is like, it's not like I was feeling horrible 100% of the time. I did have moments where I felt kind of okay. And the thing is, one of the problems that I was having was like a lot of brain fog. And apart from, there are a lot of symptoms, which it's a lot, but it would be hard for me to sit. It would be hard for me to stand. It would be hard for me to focus. But even when I could focus a little bit, but like, let's say it was too hard for me to do any work sitting down or standing up, depending on what I have to do. What would have been great would be to take my laptop downstairs to the couch and work from the couch. So like write something out for a video or edit a video or anything. Like there's so many work things I could do from the couch, but because I was having problems with my laptop, which didn't have a screen because the screen broke, apart from many other issues like overheating and just my laptop was a whole nightmare. So I couldn't just bring my laptop downstairs and work from the couch. Even in those moments where I did feel kind of okay to do some like easy work, I couldn't. And so I would have to be sitting, but sitting was one of the things that made me feel so horrible. The thing is, I needed to do it because my whole goal was to make YouTube my full-time job, which is really hard to do. I mean, if you have over 100,000 subscribers, you can probably do it. It depends on the person because some people with less subscribers actually make more money than people with more subscribers. But like I'm at 56,000 right now, which is like okay. Like I'm not so tiny that it's like insignificant. Like I get something from YouTube, but it depends on the month and it's inconsistent and like it's not very predictable. And so all I've been living off of is YouTube sponsorships, YouTube ad revenue, which isn't as much as you think it is, and some money from teaching you guys. Like sometimes you guys ask me to teach lessons. By the way, if you want to learn English or Italian from me, I do have my website links down below. So it'll tell you there if I'm accepting students at the time that you're watching this video, but check it out if you're interested. That's all I was living off of. And it was hard for me to teach as well. So I couldn't take too much teaching because when you have brain fog, it's not easy. And actually I had so many embarrassing moments with students, especially with new students, where like I would have so much brain fog. They would ask me a question and I would be like, I couldn't think of examples. I couldn't figure out how to explain stuff. And I probably looked so dumb. And yeah, so that's a little bit embarrassing, but what are you going to do? Like that's life. I'm feeling much better now. But the thing with this whole not feeling well thing is that I spent around 5 months this year total. Like if you put it all together, I spent 5 months this year not working. Not because I didn't want to work, but because I couldn't work. And it was really awful because think about how much money you make and you don't work for 5 months. That's a problem. And so what would happen is I would get sick for a month with whatever. Like honestly, I don't even remember anymore. Like it's my brain just blocks this stuff out, but I would like get sick for a month and then I would feel okay. And then for a few weeks I would feel good. And then I would film a video and I would feel all right and edited and I would get some stuff out, get some content out, and then something would happen again. The only time I took a break when I wasn't sick was my parents came to visit me from Canada for the first time. So they came to Italy to visit me, which was so fun. I have a video on that, by the way, if you want to check it out. And they were here for like 10 days or something. For those 10 days, I didn't work and I just like spent time with them and stuff. And then after they left, I got like bronchitis or the flu or something. And it was like, Anyway, after that, I would have like several weeks where it was just difficult to work because I would feel kind of okay in the morning, and then I would get ready, put makeup on, get ready to film a video, and then by the time I would actually be ready to turn the camera on, I would start not feeling well, and then I would try to get through the video, like try to just do it anyway, and then it would feel worse. And like you can even see there's a video, the video is in Italian, but you can hear me explain like I'm not feeling well today, so if I don't have much energy, like don't worry about it. And then at the end of the video I had to stop, and I was like, I can't do it anymore, like I have to end the video. So you know, that would happen, and it would be really stressful because I would like set aside a whole day to film, you know, and I would get ready and I would waste all this time fixing my hair and fixing my makeup and getting dressed and being like mentally prepared and like emotionally ready to film that video. And then like I would just not feel good, and that would happen day after day after day. It was just like unbearably stressful. And the thing is that stress makes my condition worse. So it's just like a loop of pain. The thing that I forgot to mention earlier about sponsors is that people make sponsored content so that they can like survive, you know? And there's some people that have like millions and millions of dollars on YouTube. A lot of people don't, and they just need to like pay their bills. So like for me getting a sponsored video means I can worry a little bit less about eating that month. You know what I mean? Like I know that sounds dramatic, but like that's what it is, you know? Or maybe I can teach a little bit less that month, or maybe it'll mean that I'll have more than the absolute minimum to survive that month or something. As I said, ad revenue doesn't get you as much money as you think it does. If you don't get sponsors and you don't make enough money from ad revenue, then you have to like get another job. And if you get another job, then you have less time to make videos on YouTube, and then you end up being less consistent on YouTube, and then YouTube doesn't do well because you're less consistent. That's obviously why there's so many sponsored videos now, because people are actually living on it. It's like, think about commercials on TV. I find it funny when people complain about sponsored videos on YouTube, which by the way, you can skip the sponsored video. It's not like anyone's forcing you to watch it, just like skip ahead, you know? I know commercials are annoying on TV, like I know, but how is anyone gonna make money? Like people have to make money somehow. If people can't make money doing YouTube, the only people doing YouTube are the people who have the time to do it as a hobby, and that's not like, it's kind of complicated. Like it's easy maybe if you're in high school and you don't have to study that much compared to maybe university or whatever, and you have time to make them, or if you're just like really quick at filming and quick at editing and really efficient and you never get tired and you have so much energy and you can just do it even with a full-time job or full-time school or whatever. Like people can do that, but not everyone can do that because you know, we're not all the same. So like not everyone has the same amount of energy to be able to do that after work. I don't even know how people would do that after work. It's like when I'm doing YouTube, but if I finish work at 6 p.m., it's like I come home, and then if I had a normal job, but you know, let's pretend I have a normal in-person job, 6 p.m. and then I cook and I eat something, and then either I go to the gym or like I clean the house and I spend time with my fiance, and like that's it. It's like I have like a few hours, maybe 1 hour, 2 hours maximum to chill in the evening. So being able to balance that with like filming a video and like having energy and needing to be in the right mood to make videos and editing and posting and like it's a lot. So the point is that sponsored videos are really important. And so some people complain about them, which I'm surprised by because I feel like it's such a common thing now, but I don't understand why, because people need to live. You're enjoying content on YouTube, and if those videos aren't sponsored, there will be a if those videos aren't sponsored, there will be a lot less videos for you to watch. I know that for sure, like when a video is sponsored, I can actually dedicate more time to YouTube because I'm like, okay, I have a sponsored video. Instead of needing to get that amount of money in teaching, which takes several hours to get to the amount of money I would get for a sponsorship, I have so much more time to make videos because that sponsorship gave me that money, and I'll still teach, but I won't have to like kill myself teaching. And if I have to kill myself teaching to get the same amount, then I have less time to work on YouTube. So like, you get what I mean? Okay. Another thing that is really hard in general with YouTube, and what has made it so hard this, you know, last year in 2022, is the amount of time it takes to make videos. Now, a lot of people understand this. A lot of you might even make your own videos and you might get it, but some people don't. And so I just want to explain so you get my point of view. And I'm not everyone. Like lots of people are way more efficient than me in filming, and they make Now, I'm making videos in English now, so I'm not really making any mistakes. When I make videos in Italian, a lot of it is me making mistakes and stumbling over my words and thinking, how do I structure the sentence? And it's a lot of pausing, and I have to cut all of that out. So sometimes it'll be over an hour of footage because there's a lot of me making mistakes. So here's the thing. When you're not feeling well, the smallest action that requires energy sucks your energy away from you. So filming a video is not the same as having a conversation with a person. There's so many things to focus on. You know, when you're talking to a person, you get, first of all, you get feedback, you get facial expressions, and you get their side of the conversation to add to what you're saying, confirm, deny, whatever. The other thing is, like, I'm alone. I don't have a filming crew, okay? I wish I were fancy enough for that. I just have my little camera. I'm just alone, and I have my microphone, and I have my computer, and that's recording the audio, and I have to think, okay, is the camera recording? Is the audio recording? Am I having audio issues? Is there a dog barking? There are just a lot of things to focus on at the same time. Am I saying everything I wanted to say? Did I forget to say something from my notes, and then I have to add it in later? Like, sometimes you'll see that I don't finish talking about a topic and then I insert it later. Thinking of all these things at the same time, it adds an extra layer of stress and things for you to focus on. Like, it's a lot of multitasking, which, if you're feeling good, is fine. But if you're not feeling good and it just takes you so much energy to do anything, and you have to do that while you're like chronically ill, it's really hard. It's really hard to film a video when you're not feeling well. It's nearly impossible, unless you're filming a video talking about how you don't feel well, and like explaining the problem, explaining the chronic illness or whatever. Or like, let's say you're depressed and it's really hard to film a video, but you're filming a video about depression. Then it kind of works because you're explaining, like, look, this is how I feel, and you don't have to hide anything. Because look, you can't be, if you're making a language video, like teaching something, you can't be sad. Like, that doesn't make sense. Like, you have to be in a good mood, or at least neutral, at least for my personality type. Now, my personality type, if you look at my face, I'm almost always smiling. Like, it's, now I'm thinking about it, so I'm gonna smile even more. But like, it's very rare for you to actually see me with like a really neutral or like sad or like very serious face. It's not that I don't do it, but partially it's just the way my mouth is, the way my face is. Partially because I'm just a happy person, partially because I'm filming videos and I enjoy filming videos, but I just smile a lot. So like, me not feeling good is like really noticeable when I'm not smiling, because I'm always smiling. So that the contrast is strange. So I can't just make a video where I don't feel good when I'm talking about something else. It doesn't make sense. So I have to wait for the moment when I feel happy and when I feel good and when I have energy. As I said, if you're making a video about depression and you're explaining why you're depressed and about what depression is, if you're feeling depressed while you make that video, it's fine. It works because you're showing what it's like. So back to how long it takes to make videos. It takes a long time, okay? A very long time. It depends on the video, it depends on the person. Again, it depends how efficient you are at filming and how much you trip over your words and you stop to think, okay, how do I organize this? How do I want to say this? How much you prepare beforehand. Just filming, like for me, it's kind of the whole day. Because like, for example, maybe half a day, but it kind of ends up being the whole day. Just doing my hair, it's like half an hour just disappeared. Makeup can take 20 minutes. It can take half an hour. It can take an hour. If you're on camera, generally you want to do something maybe even a little bit more complicated or like really cover things up. So if you don't have a filming room and I'm just filming in my office, I take everything down when I'm done. I have to set up the camera, make sure it's at the right height, set up the microphone, test the microphone, listen back to the audio. Like, do you see what I mean? Do you see how it's piling up? Okay, then we actually film. Let's say an hour, total an hour, 15 minutes, depending on how long the video is. If you have multiple days of footage to go through and you have to select all the little pieces and you have to put music and you have to put subtitles, it's hours and hours and hours. Now, if it's a very simple video, it could only take you like maybe 3, 4, 5 hours to edit if it's a really, really simple short video. But I rarely get a video done in under 3 days. Like, it's just, I had a video like a couple of videos ago that took me 2 entire weeks to edit because it was just like kind of complicated, and also I wasn't feeling great. So I know that was a really long explanation, but I want you to understand how long it takes to make a video. I think it's just because the final product of a video is so short that you think, oh yeah, it probably took like half a day to do the whole thing. It's like, no, it took half a day to film. Then it took several several days to edit. And then you're not even done when the video's fully edited. Apart from rewatching it to make sure you didn't miss anything, then I usually put subtitles on my videos. You have to make the thumbnail, you have to write the description, write the title. Oh God, what title am I gonna put that's gonna make people actually wanna watch it? Then you have to promote it. It's just like, it's a whole thing, and it's great, like I love it, like I'm doing it by choice, but it's not that simple. It's not that quick. Like it takes time to do all this stuff. Anyway, as I said, the difficult thing is like, how are you supporting yourself financially? Are you just doing YouTube and making enough to live? If so, great. Maybe you even have enough money to hire an editor so that you can just focus on making content. They can take care of all of that stuff, and all you have to focus on is actually making content. But how do you get to that point where you can be consistent on your own, have enough money to live in the meantime, so that you can get to the point where YouTube gives you enough money so you can hire an editor? Like it's hard, especially as I said, where I'm at now. YouTube has always only partially contributed to my income, which is why like I offer lessons so that I can make enough money to actually be able to continue doing YouTube, because like it's very on the line right now, and like I don't want to have to stop this from being my main focus. Apart from private lessons, like sometimes I have translation stuff, sometimes I have voiceover work, sometimes I have, you know, it could be anything. So that's definitely contributed to me being inconsistent, because when I have other work to do, I have even less time to work on YouTube. So maybe if I'm teaching lessons, my priority is lessons. And then in the extra time where I have energy, if I have energy, then I would work on YouTube. It's just, it was a rough year. It was a rough year, but it's fine. I had a lot of great moments, especially at the end, which we will get into, but the end was truly quite like revolutionary for me. I changed in a very significant way, I would say, which I can't wait to tell you about, because I have a whole series coming. In my next few videos, I'm going to be talking about in depth about my health stuff, like I have a whole 4-episode series basically explaining exactly what my health problem is, like what the symptoms are, what, you know, what I actually did to help myself feel better. I found so much benefit from watching people's videos explaining stuff like that, and it just gave me so much comfort, but also helped me to like actually know what to do to feel better. So I really, really, really have been wanting to make that series since before I started my channel, and I'm doing it now. I don't care. I'm not waiting anymore. And in my next video, I want to talk, it's going to be similar to this video and the last video. I really want to talk about why am I doing this? Like, it's hard. It's hard in different ways. In some ways, it's easier than having a normal in-person job. In some ways, it's harder. Depends how you look at it. Depends like what your situation is. Depends on a lot of things. Why am I doing this if it's so hard, or it's so difficult? It's so hard to be consistent and whatever. So that will be the topic for next time. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I had fun making it. I'm really so happy right now. I'm so happy to be just like talking to you guys, you know? It's fun to just talk to you. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let me know about what happened to you in 2022. Like, what were your struggles? What went really great for you? I just wanted to shed some light on kind of the more YouTube side of things. And I will get into a lot of the good stuff later. But yeah, it was rough, but the good stuff is worth it. So stay tuned for me explaining how I just turned things around, and how I went from not working 5 months of the year to feeling amazing all the time. I don't know. Okay, I need to stop. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it. As I said, let me know what you think. Let me know about your experiences. I cannot wait to read what you guys have to say. And subscribe if you ever want to see my face again. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.